Coming up on News Channel 5 at 10, new information concerning the Cheyenne toddler believed to be dead and in a landfill. Plus, Cheyenne is one step closer to a universally accessible playground. Hear what this project means to those breaking ground. These stories and more coming up on your station.
From the capital of Wyoming, this is News Channel 5 News at 10.
Investigators continue to look for answers and the body of a 13-month-old Cheyenne boy. Good evening, I'm Anthony Keith. Thanks for joining us. New information in the investigation into a toddler's death. An arrest has been made in the case where it's believed a toddler's body was put in a dumpster and taken to a landfill. The Laramie County Sheriff's Office has confirmed a man is in jail. However, we're choosing not to release his name at this time. I want to be clear that no charges have been filed yet. The DA has until tomorrow to charge the individual with something or he will be released. Lawmakers are hoping to piece the case together and would like the cooperation of the community. Now, initial information provided was that the mother's boyfriend had given the toddler to a man named Santiago on Sunday to go fishing. There's no evidence to back this claim up. Santiago was questioned by investigators and confirmed he had nothing to do with the child's disappearance. Through interviews, detectives with the Laramie County Sheriff's Department have reason to believe the 13-month-old child was deceased and then put into a dumpster outside of Laramie County Community College. Although the child has been missing since Saturday, it wasn't until yesterday that the grandfather learned of the disappearance. That's when 911 was called. The city of Cheyenne dumps its garbage here, a landfill in Weld County, Colorado. That's where the Laramie County Sheriff's Office and volunteers with other law enforcement agencies plan on searching starting tomorrow morning. The investigation is in a very early stage. A few other details are being given at this time. As investigators look deeper into the case, one thing's certain, this is an incredibly emotional and tough case for many in our community. New at 10, Tiffany Logan joins us with reaction from a neighbor of the toddler's family.
This afternoon we went to Hellwig Road. We talked to several neighbors who were shocked to hear the news, saying it's a safe and friendly neighborhood.
You're obviously concerned because I can't imagine not knowing where my kids are for an hour or so.
Neighbors say it's a tough situation to comprehend.
It's definitely something you have a lot of questions about what happened and not too many answers at this point.
Sheriffs believe a baby has died, was dumped in a trash bin, and is believed to be in a landfill.
It's something you read in crime stories and stuff like that. It's not something you expect to happen in your hometown.
An incident not only tough on neighbors, but those beginning the search as well.
Anyone knows that anybody that deals with small children, how helpless they really are. Of course, it pulls at the heartstrings of everyone here that has to work on it.
A process that could take months.
It's going to be a painstakingly long search that we're going to have to do.
Hoping to find answers with many hurdles in the way.
It's hunting season. There are animal carcasses in that refuge. There's rotten garbage in that refuge. There is rotten meat in that.
As the neighborhood looks to heal.
Look out for each other, send your prayers the family's way, and keep everyone safe.
Captain Gazelle says they're estimating it could be up to 200,000 pounds of garbage that will be searched through. She says a similar situation happened in Denver. Their search lasted about 4 months.
Thanks, Tiffany. Again, the investigation is in its early stages, but if you know anything tied to this case, please contact Silent Witness immediately. You may remain anonymous. That number, 307-638-TIPS. Well, turning to our other top story tonight, these unseasonably high temperatures. We nearly tied a record high. Tomorrow, it looks like the heat is sticking around. Guy Brown has our first forecast from outside.
That's right, Anthony. Yet another day above average with the temperatures today. Also, right now on our Amco Meineke weather deck, partly cloudy skies, and it feels great. Unseasonably warm temperatures, they'll continue, and that will last into your Friday. We could deal with some more possible record-breaking temperatures for Friday. Lows tonight will fall in the upper 40s and 50s, so it's going to be a mild one. Temperatures in the past 5 hours, 70 degrees by 5 p.m. Now we're all the way at only 55 which feels great. We're only expecting a low of 48 tonight, partly cloudy skies, so another night of above average temperatures with a west wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for temperatures by 3 a.m., 57 degrees, so it's going to be a mild one. And tomorrow, those highs, they're looking warm, 75. In Cheyenne, Anthony, I'll have more on your Friday forecast coming up in just a bit.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Guy. Well, when building a playground that will benefit everyone in Cheyenne, it's hard not to be excited about it. That includes the men and women physically building the playground. Aaron Brown has the story of how everyone involved with the Universal Playground at Cahill Park knows they're part of something special.
To most of us, this looks just like another day on the job for maintenance workers in Cheyenne.
Removing the trees, they're going to put a big park in here, so.
And it is. But there's something special going on here.
They're starting to invest a lot more money in things for our children.
Something that's been a long time coming.
When this thing is completed, the people in town are going to flip.
For over a year, Cheyenne has been waiting and helping to get the Friendship Playground underway. From fundraisers to city council to breaking ground at Cahill Park, the Universal Playground has gained countless supporters while promising fun and hope to kids of all abilities.
The equipment they put here will be a great help to them. I'm all for it.
And the special nature of the project isn't lost on anyone.
God, I was just pickled.
For now, the work done amounts to simply removing the large trees from the playground area. But even that work isn't without its merit.
We just give away to people, whoever, calls about it.
According to philosopher William James, if you act as if what you do makes a difference,
The people really enjoy this park. I'm glad to see it grow.
it does. In Cheyenne, Aaron Brown, CBS News, Channel 5.
And the city is still accepting donations for the park. Well, following up on the cattle truck crash on I-25 on Tuesday of this week, the Wyoming Livestock Board no longer has possession of the more than 6 dozen cattle that survived. They've been taken for insurance reasons. 17 other cattle were killed in the crash. The driver suffered minor injuries. Many with the Wyoming Livestock Board want to thank the community members who step up to help wrangle them following the crash.
Living from the land is a huge deal to a lot of people, and to have that wealth of knowledge on scene to not only help the animals but help everybody involved make it a success is very humbling.
There's no word of any citations being issued at this time. And cleanup has wrapped up in the first part of a project to gather leftover waste at a former missile site near Carpenter. Since 2004, the Army Corps of Engineers has been cleaning the former F.E. Warren Atlas D Missile Site 3. However, it will be a year before we know if it's working. When it was in service, Atlas D was used for the maintenance, storage, and potential launch of intercontinental ballistic missiles. And since then, a cancer-causing chemical may be in the groundwater. A second cleanup phase will start next year. Wyoming flags will be at half-staff tomorrow in honor of the former state senator John Patno. The 87-year-old former lawmaker died on Tuesday of this week. Patno served in the Wyoming State Senate from 1975 to 1979. He was also a Korean War Army veteran and University of Wyoming graduate. Well, some bad news for Wyoming schools. Budget analysts from the state say that public schools from kindergarten through 12th grade will be short $103 million for the current 2-year funding cycle. That's about 8% of the $1.34 billion education budget. It's all due to the economic downturn. State Superintendent Jillian Balo says even with less money, our students will continue to receive a great education.
So we'll continue to make improvements both at the local level and at the state level, but we'll do it with less money, and we'll utilize our resources a little more carefully.
When lawmakers get back together this coming January session, they'll have to make decisions on how to handle the revenue decline. A Wyoming man has been shot and killed by Montana police. A police officer in Billings shot and killed the 32-year-old this morning after he allegedly held a gun and threatened to kill himself, officers, and the receptionist. The man's name and exactly where he's from have yet to be released. No one else was injured. The officer is now on administrative leave while the shooting is investigated. The police chief says the man was shot when negotiations failed, and the man then turned towards officers with the gun. A Wyoming judge has ruled the city of Powell and its police department cannot be held liable for a sexual assault committed by one of its officers while he was on duty. The ruling came in a lawsuit seeking $250,000 in damages for a woman who was assaulted by Officer Kirk Chapman. This was back in September of 2011. The lawsuit says that Chapman had given the woman a ride home from a bar, then went back to check on her and assaulted her. He pleaded guilty to third-degree sexual assault. The judge ruled that government is only liable for an officer's misconduct if their actions were within the scope of their duties. And Cheyenne police say a suspected drunk driver was stopped by a ditch. These photos were taken around midnight as officers were responding to a drunk driver report on Dell Range. Soon after, the driver was found in a nearby ditch next to the McDonald's on Ridge Road. Well, for many homeless people, especially veterans, good clothes and hot meals can be few and far between, but not today. The American Legion Post 6 hosted a veteran stand-down. People of all walks of life, not just veterans, came to volunteer, talk, and get the help they needed. Governor Matt Mead helped serve a hot meal while veterans were able to get everything from flu shots to gear for the coming winter. But for many, just being able to talk with someone who understands their situation, well, that's helpful on its own. Unfortunately, we don't have that piece of sound from Governor Matt Mead, but continuing with that story, I want to mention, if volunteering for homeless veterans is something you'd like to consider, you can call the VA or American Legion for more information. Well, stick with us. Coming up on CBS News Channel 5, a scare for Vice Presidential candidate Mike Pence. Find out why reporters are asking the Republican if he's okay.
We do as reporters is always be spontaneous, be open.
Our Wednesday overnight.
All right, and I'm looking at Monday. Halloween's coming up. I'm wondering, can you guys guess what one of the most popular Halloween costumes is this year? Just a couple guesses.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh?
I'll say a ghost.
Ghost? Both of you are way off. It should come as no surprise to everyone else. There'll be plenty of Donald Trumps and Hillary Clintons. Yeah, a lot of them should be ringing your doorbells this Halloween. You know, it's great news for Party City, though. Retailer announced late last month it was hiring 35,000 seasonal employees to handle the surge and demand for customers. And yeah, they're going to make quite a bit of money off these masks. So every election season, you see stuff like that.
No candy for them.
That does it for us at 10. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.